Hey, welcome to day number 3. Today, you're going to learn how to drive a car. I know what you're thinking. I know how to drive. We're not talking about that kind of car. CAR here means context, action, results. And by the end of this talk, I promise you'll never ask AI for ideas in the same way again. Because today is not about AI. It's about what happens when you bring structure to it. Recently, researchers put brain scanners on people while they typed into ChatGPT. When people type, "Give me ideas," their brains worked really hard. Really hard. And the output? Thin, generic. The moment they added structure, something shifted. The frontal lobe, the part that synthesizes, judges, and connects, kicked in differently. Less effort, best ideas. The same AI, the same screen, the same person, just a different way of thinking before hitting send. Here's the only thing I want you to take away from this slide. Typing "give me ideas" is like every car in a city taking the same road at once. Nobody moves. Structure is the highway that moves ideas forward. A lot of research has been done on the way humans build ideas. At the bottom line, idea building is a question of association and connection. Interesting thing there, it's more about diversity than association. This is reflected in the role of stimulus and diversity here in the equation. Ideas also need to be on target, so clarity is important. Lastly, ideas need to be shared. If people don't feel comfortable sharing because fear is high, no ideas will come. Now, the question you might ask is, how is AI different? Well, actually, AI follows the same basic paths. The only difference that comes up is clarity is much more important. And AI, for better or worse, has no fear. Now, we did a big test. The challenge was designing ideas for businesses targeting university students. It's a test of ideation, which is known as a wicked problem test because there is no right answer and there is no wrong answer. We generated a lot of ideas, 5,402 ideas. We had AI generate ideas. We had human beings generate ideas. And as you might guess, AI builds more ideas. No big surprise there. But also better ideas when it's done right. Now, the starting point you have to ask yourself is, does anybody really want 5,000 ideas to do anything? The answer is probably not. So what we decided to do in the analysis of our results is to look at just the best ideas. What we looked at is what ideas from different methods rank in the top 5%. So what you have is a score on the percentage of ideas in a target. If we look at human beings working alone generated approximately 1.4 ideas per 100. If you add in AI and a little bit of structure, the number goes up almost 50% to 2.3. But here's where the big numbers come in. Here's where things get interesting. When you add a smart usage of AI, combining method expertise, different ways of building ideas, the results are dramatically different. All the ways here are showing more ideas. Using tools like Triz increased the number of ideas up to 5 times higher than human beings working alone. Let me repeat this. This is 5 times more frequency, not 5 times more ideas. So AI generates 5 times more ideas, but 5 times better ideas. It's an amazing difference. Now, what I'd like to do is show you this in action. How do you actually generate ideas that are better with AI? I want to tell you about a company, Boulder Knives. They've been making knives for 200 years. They were forging blades before electricity existed. And now they're trying to sell a 180-pound knife to someone who is 31, orders everything on Amazon, and has never owned a single object older than their phone. You feel the tension? Heritage on one side, a disposable generation on the other. They sat down, opened AI, and typed, "Give me marketing ideas for a brand. Give me great ideas." What does AI give them? Well, nothing too exciting. Highlight your craftsmanship and heritage. Partner with food influencers. Offer a lifetime guarantee. Create a built to last. Every knife brand could be saying this. It's nothing unique, nothing exciting. So what does a better question for AI look like? It looks like CAR. CAR is about creating a context, an action, and a result. The context, not just what your brand does, but who is your buyer, what tension they carry, what do they resist. A is about action, not just give me ideas, but specify how you want to get the ideas, what you want them to, how you want them generated, and if possible, put in constraints that force originality. R is about results, and perhaps the most skipped one, rank the output, kill the weak ones. That's it, 3 letters. Let me show you what they do with the bullet brief. The context. A buyer replaces everything. Never own anything older than their iPhone. Action. Give me 5 concepts. Never mention quality or heritage. Attack the disposable mindset. Provocation, not nostalgia. R. Rank by discomfort. Replace the bottom 2. One line that stops a 31-year-old in his tracks. What comes out of this is something which I think is truly impressive. And this comes directly out of A. Output. You'll throw away 11 iPhones before this knife needs sharpening. Do you see how that's different than talking about heritage, than talking about boring things that everyone can talk about? Before C.A.R, what did you have? You had generic results. Any brand could say this. No emotion. No technique was used. Is it Google will know? Do you remember it? No. With the C.A.R technique, what you find out is you get something which is not only unique, it's emotional, it's something that's actually a good idea. Now, thankfully, there's lots of ways to generate ideas. And actually, what works with human beings works very well with AI. There's a book that I like. It's on my desk. It's called The Innovator's Dictionary. In that book, there's over 555 different innovation methods designed to help human beings create better ideas. If you use these same ideas with AI, you will get better ideas as well. We've put about 70 of the best ones, in my opinion, into one spreadsheet, which you can access at the link here. What we have is the method name. What does it do? We have the prompt that you would use, and then we have some scores. If you want to use this, what you can do is go into the spreadsheet. You'll have to make a copy. You search based on what type of idea generation method you want. You want something that gives volume, that gives uniqueness, that gives actionability, that gives surprise. What is the use case? And how many ideas will come out. And then you simply copy the action prompt. So what does it look like? A good prompt is you give context. Here's the one that we used in the student example. Think like an innovation expert working on this challenge, and we described the student challenge. The action, we took the TRIZ prompt, and the TRIZ prompt is really bloody simple. Please generate 80 ideas based on the TRIZ inventive principles for our challenge. For each of the 40 TRIZ inventive principles, generate 2. And in this case, what we want to do, because we're generating lots of ideas, we want to make sure that they're unique. The takeaway for today is creativity with AI is not about more ideas faster. It's about better ideas more consistently. You know how to drive a car. Context, action, results. Use it on something real today. The difference will surprise you. If you want to learn more, we've got some slides and a presentation, The Art and Science of Mechanical Creativity. It was presented to, I think, about 5,000 people at a large online event. A systematic review of human AI co-creativity and how to use AI to build ideas. There's an advanced course today which takes the C.A.R framework one step further. Essentially, it's about adding restrictions into the process. How do you add friction to make your ideas better and stronger? Now, what I'd like you to do is try to use the C.A.R method in your real work. 3 steps, really simple. 1, establish the context. Write what you know, 3 to 5 sentences. Your task, your instinct, what you've seen already. 2, define an action. Specify how you want AI to work. Add some details on how you want the results. And that's it, step by step. You can use the prompt, which is at the link here. If you check out the demo, it'll show you how to do it step by step. That's it.